we opened this, I had a very, clear vision of, the downstairs was going to be a cocktail bar. And the idea was to do not a fancy cocktail bar, but just simple, classic seasonal drinks. This bit here was a sushi bar, all glass, and I decided to put a zinc top on, keep the level of seating, but also keep the sunken bit at the back, so when you're sitting at the bar you have eye level with the bartenders. We wanted that sort of clubby feel with the antique mirrors, ceiling tiles from New York, and there's lots of different bits and pieces of furniture. And I've always loved bar billiards, and I found a lovely old 1930s bar billiards table from eBay. And then the upstairs, it was again still very British, but we've got quite a good steak and chop section here. In central London there aren't many good steakhouses, if any, so we've kind of got that element of being a bit of a steakhouse with some other simple but sophisticated dishes on the menu.
The perfect cocktail is only as good as its worst ingredient in it. So I like to use very, very good quality seasonal British products. So at the moment we're using really, really good cherries. It's been a great cherry harvest this year, raspberries, etc. Really nice fresh herbs, but also the spirit selection is really important. So we use things like Beefeater Gin, which is made 2 miles away across from the south side of the Thames, and it's been there since 1870-ish. So it's the heritage of the product and its Britishness that we use, and that's what makes it a cocktail. Perfect bartender has to be able to talk to you, encourage you, relax you, sympathise with you. It's basically about being a host. Actually learning to make a drink is, we could teach robots to make drinks, but it's that human interaction that makes a big difference. It creates the atmosphere in the bar.
When I was at school I didn't really know what to do. I did domestic science instead of metalwork in the 5th year at school. Not because I was interested in cooking, just purely as a bit of a laugh really. And it got to sort of leaving school, still didn't know what to do. I was working in a sort of pub restaurant during the school holidays and quite enjoyed the sort of kitchen life, but still didn't really think that that was going to be my career. And then embarrassingly I won the school prize for domestic science, and I had to get up in front of the whole school and collect my cookbook or whatever it was at the time. Yeah, I've always sort of collected art. I got to know, when I lived in Shoreditch, I sort of got to know a lot of the artists. And then when I opened this, there wasn't much wall space for actual pictures or drawings here, so I had this idea to do mobiles. So I approached the obvious guys who are friends of mine, Damien Hirst and Gary Webb, Sarah Lucas, and they all looked a bit odd to start with about the prospect of making a mobile to hang in a restaurant. But they all kind of got on with it, so they were all coming in drips and drabs, and they were quite competitive with each other. Some of them made mobiles that actually were mobile, some made fixed mobiles hanging from the ceiling. I've got a couple of things in the pipeline. Nothing is signed and sealed yet, so until they're signed and sealed they're not really happening, but one's in the East End, one's in an area where we haven't done a restaurant before, Belgravia. We should be hopefully signing any time this week, so it's normally bad luck to mention the restaurants before you've actually signed on the dotted line.